Welcome to Love and Logic's Parenting Children with Health Issues. Do you ever wonder how to raise children who are confident, respectful, and responsible? Kids who eat right and take their medications all by themselves? Many parents rely on the rant, rave, rescue, and remind approach to parenting. And while this might work in the short run, it won't in the long run, especially if your kids are teenagers. So how do children really learn responsibility? With the 5 essential E's of love and logic. Join Dr. Foster Cline, a child psychiatrist, and Lisa Greene, a parent educator and mom of 2 kids with cystic fibrosis, as they discuss the 5 essential E's for raising responsible kids.
Hello, I'm Dr. Foster Cline, and my partner here on this video is
Lisa Greene.
And Lisa, you're the mom of 2 very special kids. You want to say a few words about those kids here?
Sure. I always like to say I don't have an MD or a PhD, but I do have MOM after my name, and that's my most important job, taking care of our 2 children who both have cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, and you have to have more than 4 years of training for that, right?
Yeah, certainly more than 7 or 8 or 9.
Yeah, you probably have more years of education than I have.
I went to the School of Hard Knocks,
yeah.
And I'm still there.
Yeah. Well, what we want to talk about today is Love and Logic's 5 E's. And Love and Logic uses the 5 E's in place of the R's, which is rant, rave, and rescue.
And remind and reprimand.
And reminding and reprimand. There's 5 of those too. Oh, there are. But the E's that we're talking about, experience and example and empathy and encouragement and expectations. Those are very important things, and so we're going to just give a little snippet on each of those things, and you get more information about these things on the Love and Logic website or by going to childrenwithhealthissues.com.
ParentingChildrenWithHealthIssues.com.
Right, ParentingChildrenWithHealthIssues.com. Now, let's talk here first, Lisa, about the whole thing about experience and how important that is.
So first of all, though, I do want to say what we're talking about here is how do children really learn? And this is an important issue when we have kids with a chronic illness, because we want them to learn, and we want them to learn at a young age. And so this is the reason for the 5 E's. So that's how children really learn, is the 5 E's.
They don't learn by rant, rave, and rescue. So
which is a typical parenting response.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
Our kids are doing
it
something.
Works very well when the kids are small.
Right.
But let's look at that first E of experience. Kids learn, and all of us learn, from good and from bad experiences, either one. But when you hear someone say, that's one thing I learned from experience, you know they're talking about a bad experience. And you know that they've had a little bit of suffering around that when their eyes get big and say, I've learned that from bad experiences. So the first thing I want to say about experience here and bad experience is that the bad experience only works if the kid is not rescued. If people are not rescued, or if people are rescued from the mistakes they will make the same mistake generation after generation, and the problem will go on and on.
Or if they're prevented from making mistakes in the first place. Because we as parents just don't like to see our kids suffer. And so we tend to try to protect them from making mistakes. We tell them, don't do this, don't do that, or do this or do that so that you don't make a mistake. So we really want, in our parental heart, it's natural for us not to want to see our children suffer, because we love them and we don't want to see them hurt, we don't want to see them fail.
Yeah.
But Love and Logic teaches us that every mistake is a learning opportunity. And every time we rescue our kids from making a mistake, we're stealing a learning opportunity from them. So it's really important that we allow our kids to experience the consequences of their actions under safe and controlled conditions, hopefully while the children are young and the price tag is low.
Yeah, ideally, of course, as you've said sometimes, we don't want them to have the experience of being flat rather than round in the street.
Right, exactly.
You
when
know,
the kid goes out in the street, we don't give them a choice like, would you like to be flat or round? No, we don't give them those kinds of choices.
But we will say that as much as possible, we're going to allow our children to learn from experiences. We're going to hope that when they're young, they make some mistakes so that they'll learn from those experiences. And then how we handle that mistake is another one of the E's that we'll look at, empathy.
Thank you for your interest in Love and Logic's Parenting Children with Health Issues. For more parenting tools, tips, and tactics, including many free resources, visit ParentingChildrenWithHealthIssues.com. You can also visit loveandlogic.com for general parenting resources.